Our next inductee is Dick Elmore.
Thank you so much for this honor. My dad's health didn't allow him to be here tonight, but he so wanted to be, and he coached me in what I should make sure that I said, as he was an avid coach, for those of you that know him. He wanted me to be sure to share how thankful he was for, as he kept saying, the young men who coached him and for his teammates, for the mentorship and the men who poured into him through all of those years. My dad's time at what was then Indiana Central shaped his life in so many ways. He learned about resilience and hard work, community, and deep friendships. Some of my parents' sweetest friends came from that time in college that they still have lunch with every month to this day. As a kid, when I was a kid, my dad would regularly point to a building that we passed and say, "That used to be a baseball field. We lost to such and such there when I was a sophomore." Or a song would come on the radio and he would say, "Oh, that's the record that played all summer on my football two-a-days. It was the only record somebody had." Or he would reference how fat his hand would swell up in the summer months of playing catcher as they prepared or finished a baseball season. So much of his life was deeply formed by his times here at University of Indianapolis. My dad was the first generation in his family to go to college. Actually, both of my parents were. He attended college playing 2 sports, and if the rumors are true, he only got 1 or 2 Bs his entire college career. It takes a sort of intensity to pull all of that off, and I can tell you that's one thing that my dad is known for from his years of teaching math and of coaching, and I think my brothers and I could say of parenting as well. There was quite an intensity to our dad. You could even see that in his dating life. Apparently, my dad refused to date when he was in season because he didn't want to draw his focus at all from his sport. So when he was a senior football player and he had a crush on a freshman cheerleader, he wouldn't ask her out during season until the last football game of his senior year. That night, he asked that cute freshman out for, for vanilla Coke and cream at the Teepee, which was the restaurant then. What would follow then was 55 years of my parents' marriage. My dad made the most of his years here at UIndy. He was shaped and formed by this institution and by the athletic department, and so we're so grateful to receive this honor on his behalf. Thank you.